Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel 3Dast. So today again we are going to practice one more 3D model in today's video, and this model has been requested by one of our Discord channel members. So if you had not joined the Discord channel yet, just go and join. You will find the link to join my Discord channel in the video description below. So I will just open that file that has been requested by our members. So here you can see this is the file that has been requested by one of the member from our Discord channel. So this model that we are going to practice it today. So here you can see the image is not very clear, so maybe few dimensions and the few measurements we are just going to approximate, and we'll practice it like that. So okay, so let's get started. So we'll just open our Fusion 360. So here you can see this is the default screen of Fusion 360. So whenever you will first launch your Fusion 360, you will get this default screen. So, and the very first thing that we are going to do is we'll save this design. So we'll click on this. First we'll locate to the project folder. So this is my project that I had created to save all my designs that I am creating for my YouTube work. So I will just open this folder, and inside this I will go into Discord project, and I will click on the save icon here, and I will give it a name. So I will just give it a random name because it is just for the video purpose. So I will write I will give it a name of number 5 here, and I will click on the save here to save this file. So here you can see the file has been saved and it has been renamed, right? And so now we are ready to get started. We are ready to start our 3D model, and the next thing we have to check is we'll make sure that the units of this drawing page is correct. So here you can see right now it is millimeters, so it is correct. Now we'll check in our drawing sheet also, so all the units are in millimeter as well, so we are on the right path. And the last thing we have to make sure that the design history is turned on. So the icon here, this icon shows that the design history is turned on. So we are completely ready to start our 3D modeling. So we'll just go on to our reference image. So we'll start from the base. So here you can see this is a circular base with 6 number of holes, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and the thickness of this base is around uh, here you can see it is 9 millimeters. So first we'll create a circular base of 9 millimeter thick with a diameter of around we'll check the diameter as well. So the diameter is around here you can see it is around 71, right? uh, I'm just approximating it because the things are not very clear here. Still I'm taking it as a 71. So we'll maybe we can change it in the mid in between our modeling process because the things are not very clear here. So if you have the right measurements, then you just use your right measurements. Since I have this measurement, so I'm going to use this one. So I will take this one as 71, then 9 millimeter thick. So I will start creating the circle. So here everything, when you start modeling in Fusion 360, everything starts with a sketch, right? So we'll create our first sketch. So we'll click on the start sketch here from create a sketch option. I will click on that. Then it will ask me to select the plane on which I want to create my sketch. So I will select this top plane. I want to create a sketch on this plane. So I will make a single click on here. Here you can see the moment I had clicked on the plane, the sketch tools are active now, right? Here you can see all the sketch tools are active, and I am completely perpendicular to that plane. So we can just create our first circle here. So I will activate my circle tool. From here I will click on this circle tool, and the tool is active. I will select the origin point of my circle, and I will create a circle of diameter 71, right? So I will just make it random for now. Then I will dimension this one as 71. Here you can see. So we had just created a circle of 71 millimeter diameter, and the next thing we have to create is we'll just give it a thickness of 9 millimeter. So we'll click on the finish sketch here. So here you can see this is my sketch that we had created. So I'm just using the orbit tool now to rotate it a little bit to see a 3D view of this sketch, and then I will give it a height, will give it a thickness using this extrude tool from here. So I will select the sketch, close profile, and I will extrude it by 9 millimeters towards the top. I will give it a 9 millimeters from here as well. I can also write the distance here 9 millimeter, and I will press OK. So you can see the base that we needed as per our this document has been created. So the next thing we have to create is we have to create 6 number of holes, right? So the PCD of these holes here, you can see it is on 58 millimeters around. So first we'll create a PCD. So we have to create a sketch on this face. So I will select the face and then I will click on this create a sketch here. So here you can see that face has been activated to create a sketch. So the next thing, again we'll create a circle here, and I will it is actually a PCD for the holes. So I will give it the correct measurements. It is, I think, 58 millimeters. I will recheck here again. So here you can see it is around 58 millimeters, right? So I will change this a circle to a construction line from here. So I will just select the line and I will click on here to convert that to construction line. So here you can see that line has been converted to construction line. So the reason I had converted this line to construction line only, the reason was only that we don't want to create another closed profile here. We just want to keep it as it was. So that's why we had created this, converted this line to construction line. So the next thing, we'll create a one circle on the top here on this PCD. So I will create a circle like this, or what I can do, we can just create a single point here. That will be a good choice. So I will activate the point tool. I will click a point here. Here you can see, and now I will make sure that the point is in line with the origin. So since the first circle, the first hole here is in line with the origin, so I will just do that. So I will select this a point that we had just created and will select the origin point and will apply this horizontal vertical constraint here. What it will do, it will just make sure that both the points are in a single line. So this is what we did now. So the next thing, we have to create instance. We have to create 6 copy of this point on this PCD. So for that, we'll go over here on the create option and we'll find the circular pattern from here. I will activate the circular pattern, then I will select this point and then I will select the center point here, and then I have to provide the number of times I want to copy that point along a circular path. So I will just give it number 6, and here you can see we had created 6 points here. So I will just move it little bit inside a 3D kind of view by using orbit tool, and we'll click on the finish sketch from here. So you can see the 6 points on which we have to create our holes has been created. So the next thing, we have to create holes, right? So here is the hole tool. So we can directly use this tool to create holes. So I will activate this tool, and here you can see now I just have to select the points. So I will select all the points on which I want to create my holes. So since by default here you can see the hole diameter is selected very big, so it is giving me a very weird preview. So no problem, so we can just define all the things now also. So here you can see, we'll just check it out the hole sizes from here. So here you can see the hole size is 9 millimeters in diameter and 5.5 is the depth, and then the bottom is 5.5 as well. So this one is, so here you can see we have to make this kind of hole, counter bore kind of hole, and here you can see the this diameter is 9 millimeters. So I will make it 9, and this depth is this depth we have to check. Just go on to a sketch, and here you can see this is 5.5, right? So we'll just provide 5.5 here. Okay, and this diameter is also 5.5, so we'll just write 5.5 here as well. Here you can see, and the net total length is 9 millimeters. So I will just give it a 9 here. Here you can see we had just created, and we'll press OK. Here you can see the holes has been created as per the design document, and so we are now ready to move to the next stage. So we'll go back to our design here. Here you can see the 6 holes we had created. So the next thing we have to create is we have to create this shape that has been extruded from the surface of the base. So we have to create this sketch now. So what we'll do, we'll come over to our design again, we'll activate our sketch tool, we'll select the face on which we want to create our sketch. So you can see the face has been activated, and we have to make sure that in which direction we are creating. So here you can see we have to create somehow like this horizontally, right? So the next thing, we'll zoom in a little bit to see the dimensions. So here you can see the diameter of this portion is 47.5, right? And then this one is 15. and the radius is 4. 47.5, 15, and radius is 4. So we'll just create another circle of 47.5. So we will dimension it 47.5. Then we'll create two lines like this, 15 millimeter apart. Since the line are 15 millimeter apart from the origin, so on both the direction that must be 7.5 millimeters, and both the lines must also be horizontal. So we'll just give it a dimension here, 7.5. So that will add up to 15, right? 7.5 and 7.5, 15. And then we'll trim down the extra areas from here. So we'll just trim down like this. Here you can see we are just trimming down the extra areas. Okay, and we have to fillet down the corners here. So the corners radius is 4, so we'll just select all the corners and we'll give it a radius of 4 here, and we'll press enter. So here you can see, and we have to make sure this arc and this are of equal size, so we'll apply the constraint. Here you can see we are done. So the next thing is that we have to extrude that portion also by particular height, right? So here you can see that height we don't know, but here you can see from the preview here it is something 20.5, right? It is 20.5, and the 9 millimeter is base, so 20.5 minus 9 will be the height of this portion. So we'll just extrude, we'll click on the finish sketch here, we'll move on to like this, we'll use the extrude tool, we'll select the profile, we'll give it a height of 20.5 minus 9 millimeters, right? 20.5 minus 9, and we'll press ok. So here you can see, so this kind of shape we had created. So we are slowly progressing towards our model. Here you can see, so the next thing we have to create, we have to create this top shape here. Here you can see the top shape, and once we are done with all the basic shapes, we can start creating the holes that are still pending. So we'll do that in the last step. So the next step is to create this shape on the top of this face. So we'll activate our create a sketch from here, then we'll select this face, top face, to create a sketch, and here we have to create a shape something like this. So for this shape we will find all the details here. So here you can see the diameter of this the bigger circle is I believe it is 31, right? It's 31. We'll take it 31 for now, and we'll see. And also the things are 35 millimeters apart, like that. So we'll just try to see how it is coming here on the sketch. So we'll create a circle of 35. We'll dimension it 35. I told you that if something is not matching, we can also change the dimensions to match the things correctly. So we had created a circle of 35 millimeter diameter. So it is I think it is little low. It is not 35. I have to make sure that we are doing right things. So this is 35, or I think it's 31, so make it 31. Okay, so let's consider it 31, and then we had two more holes over here and here, and the size of those holes are 5.5 and 35 or 36 millimeter apart. So we'll create two holes, one on the top here and the other on the bottom here, and we'll make sure that this all the three points are on a single line. So we'll apply this constraint after selecting all the 3 points, and then we'll make sure that these two circles are equal. So apply the equal constraint here, and then we'll apply the dimension on one of the circle, that is 5.5, right? And then we also have to specify the center from the origin of for both the circles. So I'm just going to take this one as 18. It is 18. Okay, so we are, for now we are just taking it as 18, since I told you that we are going to approximate few of the dimensions. So from the reference here, we are considering it as a 36, so that's why we are taking 18 plus 18 on both the sides. Then we had this another bigger circle arc here, that is in the radius. We have to check off for the radius for that portion. So the radius is so we have to check for the radius also here. So we don't have the measurements for radius. This one is 4.4, 47.5, 30 degree, and then 31, 35, 5.5 is the radius for the outer circle, and the radius for the inner circle is 5, right? Okay, so this one is the inner circle, is the smallest circle is 5 millimeter of diameter, and the outer circle is 11 millimeter of diameter. So this one is just 5, and the other one must be 11, right? So we'll create another two circles here of 11 millimeter diameter. So we'll make sure that both the circles are of equal size, and we'll dimension this one as 11 millimeter. Here you can see we had created it as 11. So the next thing, we have to connect with the points. Here you can see I'm just randomly creating lines to connect the two circles, and after once we are done connecting, we can apply the constraint to make it everything perfect. So you can see we had just connected it randomly. So this circle and this line are tangent to each other, so we'll apply the tangent constraint. Here you can see like this. So we have to apply tangent constraint everywhere on all the circles and all the lines, because everything is just tangent. If you just refer to the uh, reference image, you will able to figure it out that the things are all tangent. So you can see in the reference image the things are all tangent, right? So we are not going to trim any of the things that is inside here. So we'll just keep it as it is, and we'll click on the finish sketch for here now, and we'll extrude this portion. So we'll activate the extrude tool, we'll select all the profiles, we'll select every profiles. We are not going to keep any holes for now. So we had selected everything, and we can just extrude it by a height that we can find it from here. So here you can see it is around 39 millimeters, right? The total height is 39 millimeters. So 39 minus 20.5 will be our measurements. So we'll just give it a height here, 39 minus 20.5. Here you can see, and here it is we had created this shape also. So the next thing is that we'll activate on this face tool, we'll click on the sketch here, and we'll create 2 points here on the center of the circle. So here it is automatically snapping on the center of the circle. So I had just created 2 points here, and I will also create one more point that is on the center of uh, this body, and we can just click on the finish sketch here. So here you can see in our sketch we got two holes here, that is 5 millimeter of diameter and 7.5 millimeter of deep. So we'll activate our hole tool from here, we'll select both the points, and we have to create this kind of simple hole with 7 millimeter, 7 millimeter. So we'll just check 7.5, sorry, and the diameter is 5 millimeter, and we'll press OK. So you can see the holes has been created, and we'll just turn on our last sketch to get this center point. And the center, there is a center hole, the big hole. Here you can see the hole size is 18.5. So this time we are just going to create it with using extrude tool. So we'll just edit our the older sketch, and we'll try to create the this circle of 23 millimeter diameter on the top. So we'll just go on to this sketch, we'll double click on to edit data sketch, we'll create another circle of 23 millimeters diameter. So here you can see we had just created another circle of 23 millimeter diameter. We'll click on the finish sketch, and we'll extrude this circle towards bottom to make it cut by an amount. Here you can see that the amount is 18.5, right? So we'll just write it here, minus 18.5. Here you can see the hole has been created. So the next thing is that after that hole there has been a small other hole of a small diameter. So that diameter, here you can see it is 15 millimeter. So we'll again create a sketch on this face. I will click on this sketch tool here, then I will create a circle of 15 millimeter diameter here. So here you can see this is 15 millimeter diameter, and I will click on the finish sketch here, and I will extrude this circle uh, by some height, and that height is that height we have to figure it out, that how much is that height. So the total is 20.5, right? 20.5 minus 18, so I think 2.5 is the height. So we'll just write it down, minus 2.5 on the bottom direction to make a cut here you can see minus 2.5, and we'll press OK. So here we had made a small cut, and the next thing is that uh, the other holes we have to create it from the other direction, right, from the bottom direction. So we'll just move on to our object, and we'll just rotate it by from the bottom. We want to make a sketch on the bottom now, so we'll activate the sketch. We'll select the face to create a sketch, then we'll create another circle here, and we'll check the diameter. So here you can see the bottom diameter is 31 right now, so we'll just give it a dimension of 31 millimeters of diameter. So here you can see, and we can just click on the finish the sketch, and we can just extrude that portion by a height of and the height is 9 millimeter, I think, this height. So we'll just give it a height of 9 millimeter by using extrude tool. Just give it a height of minus 9 millimeter to make a cut. So here you can see the cut we had created. And the next thing is that we had to create another cut here, but with incline walls, right? So the diameter of that is 25 with inclination of 30 degree. So we'll select this face, and we'll click on the activate sketch, and we'll create a circle here of 25. So here you can see we had created a circle of 25 as per our design document here. And also we have to make a angular cut over here of 30 degree angle. So we'll make an angular cut over here. So we'll click on the finish sketch, we'll activate this extrude tool, and we'll go towards the bottom, and we have to make sure that the taper angle is 30 degree towards inside. So we'll make it minus 30. Here you can see like this. And the height we want to cut is almost 7 millimeters, right? So that we also have to maintain. So just write minus 7, and we'll press OK. So here you can see, but still the things are we have to check that we had used the cut option here. So minus 7 is not working, so just make it minus 8. It may be because we are missing some of the things. So minus 9 is working, so I will just take minus 9 and we'll press OK. So here you can see the hole we had created with a slant cut, with a slant height, and here it is. So there are still a few things that I'm not able to figure out in this sketch, because things are not very clear. The image is a little bit, when I zoom in on the dimension, the things are not looking very good. So uh, uh, just forget it about when you get the right dimension, you will able to create the right model. But I'm just trying to explain the approach that we can follow to make such kind of models. So here you can see. So the next thing, we have to create a whole kind of cut here on this face. For that, what we have to do, we'll just come over here, and we'll just activate our tangent plane. We have to create a plane here. So we'll activate this tangent plane. We'll click on here to create a plane perpendicular to that tangent, and we'll press OK. So here you can see we had created a plane perpendicular to that portion, and we'll just select the plane. We'll click on the create sketch from here. So we are just normal to that plane. So the next thing, that we have to create a hole over here. So first we'll create a point. So we'll just create a point, and we'll make sure that the point is in line with the origin. So we'll apply the constraint to keep it in line with the origin. And also we have to make sure that the height of that hole is 9 millimeter from the bottom. So we'll just apply the dimension over here, and from the bottom it must be 9 millimeters. So here you can see we got a point at 9 millimeter from the bottom. We can click on the finish sketch here. We'll activate the hole tool. We'll select the point to create hole, and this time the hole, we have to see that the hole is something like this, right? So we'll change the hole type from here. So the hole type is something like this, right? So we'll activate this one. And the next thing is that we have to apply the rest of the things, like if I zoom on to the area here you can see the diameter of the hole is 10 millimeters with a depth of 2 millimeter, and the total is 18 millimeter with a depth of 5.7. 10 to 18, 5.7. So this one is 10, and this height is 2. Sorry, this one is 10, this height is 2, and uh, this one is 18 millimeters, and this one is 5.7. There you can see. And if I press OK, here you can see we had created a hole. And if I will see that there is another hole that is just crossing on from this point to this point through holes, so that we can create later. So for now it is this is the hole that we had created. So the next thing is that we'll modify this sketch again, and we'll create another hole here that will go throughly towards from the body. So that hole size is I believe it is 2.5 millimeter in diameter. So we'll just apply the diameter here, 2.5, and we'll press OK, finish. So here you can see we got a sketch. So we'll just turn on the sketch here, and we'll extrude this uh, throughly. So here you can see through cut up to this point. Here you can see the cut is coming throughly, and we'll turn off the sketch here now. So the next thing what we have to do is we have to mirror this complete setup, this through hole, this hole, and everything on the other side as well. So we can use the mirror tool. We can mirror this feature to the other side. For that, what we have to do, we have to go to create option here. We can activate the mirror tool from here. Instead of face here, we can activate the feature tool here. We can select both the last features that we want to mirror on the other side. Then we have to select the mirror plane. So the mirror plane will be this plane, because here you can see it is on just on the middle. So here you can see the preview we are getting. If I click on the OK, and we got the things on the both sides, it's completely mirrored. We can also even see from the bottom, so how the through holes are coming, right? So this is the actually the process. So the next thing we have to create is that we also have to create these holes, these two holes. If you will able to see on the 3D here, I am talking about these holes. So these holes are at 46 millimeter PCD of 2.5 millimeter diameter. So we'll activate on this plane sketch, and we'll create a circle like this. The PCD is 46, so we'll just apply the 46 here, and then okay, and then we have to create 2 points, one point over here and another point over here, and we have to make sure that all the three are on a single straight line. So we'll apply the constraint, and we'll click on the finish the sketch here. We'll activate the hole tool from here. We'll select the points to create holes. So that this time the hole size is 2.5 millimeter in diameter, and it's a simple counter bore hole. So we'll just apply this simple counter bore hole, and the diameter is 2.5. Not the height, I believe the diameter is 2.5, and the hole is through hole. So you have to make sure that it is coming on to the point. So we'll just drag it like this to see it is coming through all the body. So here you can see we are done. We can just press OK, and here you can see the hole has also been created. That here you can see the hole from here, and it's on the both the sides, right? It's on this sides as well. So here you can see we had created most of the details as per our drawing. So there is nothing left for now. I think we had completed almost everything. So I think we are done with our model now. So this is how we can create such complex model just by following a simple process. Maybe I had my approach maybe a little bit longer, uh, or something that you can just try new approach. You can just try new approach, and you can sort few more commands over here, and you can just sort out the process. You can just save your time as well if you will follow some different approach. So I just want to encourage you to go and try to make by yourself. So you will able to learn how we can use different combination of tools to cut down my time that I had taken to model this 3D model. So this is how we can do. So thank you for watching my videos till the last, because since it's a very long video for today, so I'm sorry for that. But still, if you're watching this video, I'm very thankful for you. Thank you so much, guys, and keep learning, keep watching, and don't forget to practice models every day. Thank you so much. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.